of shelters across the country, it saved millions of dollars of having the dumpsters emptied at all the distribution centers. Plus, it saved a whole lot of stuff going into the landfills. So from there, I've launched the Interstate All Battery Centers for Interstate Batteries. It was launching all the retail stores. That was a really cool thing to do because they were a Christian-based company, which I really loved. And that really opened a lot. The last endeavor I did was for a staffing company called ParkWest Staffing that I launched. Basically, they're airport. They supported all the airports for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And they're based in Houston, and they had done one of the smaller airports in Houston. And through when I worked at Interstate Batteries, there was a gentleman that came in that was going to be the new sales manager that had no experience in the industry. And I knew the company was expecting him to do basically the same budget that the previous guy that had 30 years in the industry was doing. So I kind of took him under my wing and took him out and taught him the industry. And needless to say, he ended up at ParkWest Staffing, and they invited me to come help them launch their business. Basically, I was able to, in 6 months, double the fleet that Enterprise had. I knocked about 70% of the accidents and injuries they were having. It saved them a ton of money. And in 6 months, basically got them the national contract. And by the time I left, basically I had helped take them from 1.6 million up to a little over 16 million per year in revenue. So that was probably one of my coolest things. But after 5 years of it, I was traveling 300 days a year, wasn't getting to spend time with my family. And my wife's like, I really don't care what you do, but I want you home. And so I started a business, and she's like, why don't you do web design? Because that's what you love doing, and graphic design. So when I first launched Prism Enterprises in 2010, that's really all I did. I did traditional web design and hosting. And in 2018, I really realized basically the cybersecurity threats with WordPress, because all the themes, every tool that is used in WordPress to integrate all the features, every one of them is basically another backdoor to hackers, because you do not know if whoever designed it had any cybersecurity training whatsoever, and if it was secure. Back when I was doing this, I had 9 websites just for myself, and I averaged anywhere from 300 to 900 hack attempts a day. And by the grace of God, I had some cybersecurity training, so I had software to protect it. But most people don't, and especially people that have no clue, and they're like, hey, I'll just build a WordPress website. If they don't know what they're doing, it's basically setting them up for failure. And so it's one of my friends from church, we've been in network marketing together for almost 16, 17 years now. And he had reached out to me, and he's like, hey, I found this Now Site thing, and it'll allow you to build unlimited websites. And I was like, man, it's a scam. And he's like, no, I want you to, here's my login and password. So I went into his back office, and I had done the last WordPress website that an insurance company broker begged me to build for him. So I did it. But it took me about 45 days to get it really built securely and professionally, and all the stuff added that they wanted. And I was able to duplicate that in Now Site in about 45 minutes without any knowledge of the software. And I showed it to my wife, and she's looking at both of them side by side, and she's like, wow, you're really going to be able to help a lot more people. And I was like, you bet I am. So from then on, and it was funny because I didn't do the onboarding because I had a doctor's appointment. I'd missed that. So all I was doing was building websites and doing the SEO and generating leads. And it wasn't until I got invited to the first training, and I got to meet Cheryl and Justin. And they were like, by the way, it also has marketing tools. Like, oh, I didn't know about that. So a few months behind the power curve, I started using the email.
Recording in progress.
Stuff. And in 2 months, I generated over 1,500 leads. And that was when I realized the potential of what I had and how much I could better help people to build beyond just a website and really build a brand. And that's really what my passion has turned into. And that's really all I do now is pretty much refer Now Site I became an affiliate. I'm not the top affiliate, but I'm one that's trusted because I'm a better technical person than I am a salesperson. So I'm pretty honest about that. But my passion is really helping people, and I think God calls us to impact, all of our domains and circles of influence that we participate in, and that includes my business. It's actually why I named it Prism, is because I wanted to reflect the principles that I believe in to other businesses, and I think God honors that. So basically, what I want to do today is I'm going to do a short presentation to kind of walk through the NowSight platform, and then I will basically walk through my own system, and I'm going to demonstrate every tool in the system for you. And then if you have questions, I'll just ask if you can save them to the end, and then I will be more than happy to go through and clarify anything that I don't cover. And let's see. Screen.
And while he's finding that, for those who are co-hosting, if people are trying to enter now and you don't recognize their name or just says Zoom user, go ahead and just kick them out. But there might be some people that are coming back in if they've gotten kicked off.
So basically, this is my family. This is why I do what I do, and why I've been really blessed to be able to spend time with my family and be able to work from home since 2010. It's also NowSight has also allowed me to be a caregiver for my father part-time. So I've been doing that for 7 years. I just, through an investment, helped get him into a retirement center last month. So now my time is really opened up, and I'm able to really focus more on my business. Like I said, I'm a veteran. I served in basically field artillery. That's 155 millimeter howitzer that can shoot about 26 miles and can take out a football field with one round. I had a commander that called me into his office, realized I was very intelligent. I actually had went in at a little bit older age, so I had a little different maturity level, and I was already married. So he sent me to every school he could get me into, and by the time I was finished 3 years, I was cross-trained in 5 different MOSs. I'd served with so many different U.S. and foreign military units that I got attached to, and he grew me for a military career. But every school that I went to, my commitment was to train a battalion. So I learned to become a trainer, even though most of everybody I trained outranked me by a lot. They trusted me, and I built respect. And it taught me that, if I did what I was supposed to do and did it to the best of my ability, I could pursue pretty much anything I wanted to. I said, I've been a musician. I've worked with, probably my biggest thing is I believe in serving the community. After I got out of the military, I still wanted to help people. So I got my SARTEC 2 search and rescue certification. I specialized in land navigation and supporting the dog teams. And I did that for, 10 years. And I've also been a constitutional speaker for the past 15 years. I teach constitutional training and basically teach Christians how to research candidates that they're voting for. I'm not here to tell you which side. I think there's corruption on both, unfortunately. So they all need to be held accountable. But unless we know what we're doing, it's hard to hold them accountable. I've worked with the Watchdog organization where I helped in schools. A lot of it was helping at events. Some of it was helping test some of the kids for reading, which I really enjoyed. I also am a member of the Corinth Police Department Citizen on Patrol. I love supporting the first responders locally, so I help them with a lot of events. And then 2 months ago, I just got my level 4 private security license to be a bodyguard. And I volunteer my security services at schools and churches, again, just to give back, not really to make money. I am also helping the owner of the security company because he has some really cool software that's made specifically for churches and schools that could really help solve a lot of the problems that we're having without the liability, because the problem when local police officers are in our schools, if they ever have to shoot a student, I can promise you the school will be sued, the police department will be sued, the city will be sued, the police officer will probably be sued. But if it's a volunteer that is working at the school or a church and they ever have to, for the love of God, ever have to take a life to defend others, they, in the state of Texas, they have an immunity law that individual cannot be sued because they were doing it as a volunteer basis. They weren't being paid. Doesn't mean they can't come after them criminally, but that's where we're trained to kind of know how to do it and make sure we're within the law to do it. But again, that's just one more thing I do to help serve in the community. Let's see. So I've talked about the different companies I work for. Basically, every company I've worked for, I've made it a better place from the time I got there till the time I left. I've improved their systems. I've taught their teams. I've done just about every type of operations you can do in a business, from sales to development, planning, HR, and God bless me with the leadership skills to be able to do that. In 2010, I launched Prism Enterprises, and it's probably the best decision I've ever made for my family. So before we get started, I want to cover. Can y'all see my screen? Okay. So I wanted to kind of go over some small business statistics, and so what's funny. So I want to talk about how to use the AI. That's where I got all these statistics. I had it asked them questions, and I asked it to cite them for me, so it did that. But one of the cool things is, Solaris gives y'all so many products and services to offer. And just in the U.S., there's 30.7 million small businesses. So there's a ton of small businesses out there. Now, when you start figuring nonprofits and some of these, other things, that's a whole nother animal that adds more opportunity to what y'all are doing. 70% are sole proprietors, and it's really because so many people have started businesses not because they'd really planned on it, but basically out of necessity. A lot of them start with a wing and a prayer, and they're the most common type because of that minimal startup cost. The problem with that is most of them may be an expert in their industry, but a lot of them, marketing is not their industry, and that really hurts them. So one of the statistics is 35% of small businesses have an effective online presence. This includes websites, engaging regularly with customers on social media, and leveraging other digital platforms to increase their visibility. I can tell you, when COVID-19 hit, every business, I don't care what size it was, if they were not online, they went out of business. It was plain and simple. And the only ones that could adapt quickly to do it were the only ones that really survived. One of the things I did to help was I basically offered to all the businesses in Denton County that were struggling, I would build them a free website. The problem was everybody thought I was a scam, so I only had a dozen of them take me up on it. But at least I got to help a few with basically just building them free websites to use until they could help make it through the COVID lockdowns. Let's see. So 20% of small businesses fell within the first year, and 50% fall within the first 5 years. So one of the reasons why I'm doing this to help y'all is I want to see everybody succeed. That's my prayer, and that's what I feel compelled to help people do. But I wanted to talk about just the top 10 business reasons why businesses fail. First one's lack of capital. Second one is poor management skills. And that could be, they may not have all the skills they need to completely manage a business. Poor understanding of their target market is probably one of the largest things I've seen with businesses, is they don't know who their target market is. I will teach you about the prospect targeting analysis. That's one of the things I want to teach you. And I can even teach you how to use the AI to basically figure out your target market for every single thing that you're marketing. And I'll teach you how to set profiles for every basically profile you need to set up for Silveris as well. The biggest one is poor marketing. If they don't know how to do marketing, it's really hard to build a business. The other one is no competitive edge. Well, I can tell you, Silveris, with all the tools and the products they give you, you have one heck of an edge. And that was one of the things that got really excited when Harvey showed me Silveris, because I was like, wow, this is really cool. The sixth reason is basically the high cost of overhead and running a business. So again, that's where the small businesses are having a sole proprietorship is probably the easiest one to afford, because you don't have a whole lot of cost, except, depending on the marketing tools, that can also still get expensive. The other one is unrealistic expectations. I can promise you, when I started my business, I didn't even know what to expect. I just knew that I had built big businesses. So I wanted to take that, basically use my knowledge to help small businesses, and God's blessed me with that. Like COVID-19, I don't think there's anybody in the world that really expected the lockdowns and the destruction that happened to businesses and employees. The other one is poor cash flow. A lot of us started a business with a budget, but a lot of times there's expenses we aren't planning on that happen, and that can happen in life, not just in business. The other one is low sales or lack of growth. And again, that usually comes back to not knowing the customer and not knowing how to market. The other one is ignoring changing trends. Again, when COVID-19 happened, there was so many changes that happened in a short time that so many businesses were totally unprepared of how to even change and adapt to it. So one of the things I love about NowSite is it helps solo entrepreneurs, small businesses, nonprofit organizations overcome, all of these reasons that cause them to fail. So NowSite 2.0, I think it's the future of online marketing. So for Silveris reps. And so one of the things I'm very impressed, I love Silveris. I love the culture. I love what they're trying to do. I love what they've accomplished. They've got an amazing suite of products and services to offer, which creates a lot of income opportunity for all the individual independent representatives to help you, basically connect and target the market of over 30.7 million small businesses just in the U.S. I don't know if Silveris is out of the U.S. I haven't gotten into it enough to learn that yet. But the cool thing with NowSite is you can market it anywhere in the world you want to. So basically, to build your brand, this isn't anything about it against a company, but I recommend that you build your personal brand instead of the company's. And you can either use your personal name or you can use a DBA. I have multiple DBAs. I operate basically 3 different marketing divisions. I also have an investment company partnership. I also help my wife with a LLC that she does in office supplies. I have a friend that also does office supplies. And then I also help the security company. So I'm actually actively marketing for about 6 or 7 different businesses. But I can tell you it's very easy to do with NowSite. If it wasn't for NowSite, I'd never make it. Silveris provides every independent representative with their own personal series of professionally designed replicated websites that use high resolution images, great videos. They provide clear information, and they have call to action buttons to encourage the website visitors to buy. The only problem with replicated websites is Google will only send the traffic to the parent or original website. And they will never send the traffic to the replicated websites because the content is not unique. But this is where building landing pages and NowSite will help you overcome this and help you drive traffic to your Silveris replicated websites. So don't be scared of it. I'll teach you how to do it. And if I have to help y'all build these websites, I'll do that too. So we already know the problem for marketing for small businesses is basically struggling to find something that's easy, efficient, effective, and affordable. And that's basically how I fell in love with NowSite. And that's really, I look at it as the solution to helping with marketing. The NowSite AI, I can tell you, it's right now the GPT-3 Turbo is really cool, but they are going to be upgrading to GPT-4. So if you think this one's cool, what's coming is going to be even just unbelievable. So most of you pretty much know, but I'm just going to go through it. It'll do all your websites funnels. You can do landing pages, you can do funnel pages, you can do complete websites, email marketing. You can do unlimited email campaigns. You can do every campaign can have between 1 and 90 emails, individual emails that go out. You basically build them with a template very much the same way you build the websites, and I'll kind of walk through and show that as well. And then you basically set when each mail goes out. And I'll walk you through. I'm going to show you examples, my own websites, my own email campaigns, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to do them. SalesFlow, again, it's probably one of the coolest lead systems I've seen. If you ask anyone in the insurance industry, they spend about 30% of their annual income on leads. Realtors spend usually $800 to $1,500 or more a month on their leads. So again, yeah, y'all are connecting with some industries that could really use this as well. I'll go over the online ads. I don't really like the online ads because even if you do a really good ad, if you're only going to get a 1%, maybe 1.5%, 2% if you're really awesome. But the problem is so many people now are so scared of spammers that they will give you false information. They're not going to give you their real phone number. They're not going to give you their real email address. And a lot of them are spam bots that will respond. So how can NowSite help your Silveris business and beyond? I believe NowSite is by far the best solution for sole proprietors, small business owners, and even nonprofit organizations to build their brand from local to worldwide and everywhere in between. So I basically want to kind of get started. I'm going to start with going to the marketing tools, and then I'll go through the SalesFlow tools, lead tools. And I'm basically just going to walk you through my entire system. Again, if you have any questions, kind of just save them, and at the end, and I can go back and I'll cover anything that I don't cover, but I'm going to try to be very thorough without being boring. So that being.
All right.
Okay. So this is my back office. Go to my notes. And I've tried to make notes so I stay on track with what I'm doing. But I'm going to start with the websites because they are really a big part that drives the rest of the marketing tools. I have almost 200 websites. So I can tell you that you can use them to do all kinds of stuff. I'm going to start with, where it is. I'm going to start with my Prism Enterprises page. So like I said, I have professional hosting, so I have multiple domains through a hosting company. And basically what I've done, since I no longer want to use WordPress, is I basically just forward those domains to the NowSite website that I want to use it with.
Oh, there it is.
And find my,
All right. I'm going to change this in the front to my NowSite. So bear with me. There we go.
Let me just do it this way.
So now, if you want, you could scan that QR code, and that will go to my NowSite. And that's what we're.
And this is the only problem with having so many
information on
websites.
here.
and I'll just show you, here's 3 of my very first websites I built. So this one is, so far this month, has gotten 789 visitors. I've gotten 6 contacts. This one I've gotten 131. I've gotten 4 contacts. This one I've had 367, and I have 3 contacts from it. And I'm just doing this to just kind of show you something. So one of the other things I do is the affiliate side of NowSite, and I call it Mighty Marketing Work from Home. On this website, so far, I've already gotten 13,284 people to this website, and I have 9 people that have already submitted their information, and we're on day 1. So,
Wow.
so I can promise you, if you know how to do your SEO and you use these landing pages, you can drive a lot of traffic to your business. But now I want to go into, there it is, page 5, I think. There it is. Well,
When they set up these landing pages, Greg, do they need to have their own URLs, or can they just use URLs?
So you can use, so basically how NowSite does this economically is basically everything is under the now.site domain. Every one of these websites is simply a subdomain. Now, like I said, you can do what I do. You can get a hosting package and use domains and basically forward them to, the other, to the NowSite websites, which is what I do with some of them. I've been with the company, what used to be called 1&1, but it's called Ionos now. I've been with them for almost 20 years, so I have a package that no one can ever touch. I can do unlimited domains. I can do 2,500 subdomains. I have 10,000 email accounts I can do. So if somebody wants to do a domain, I'm more than happy to help do that. If it's in my package, then basically all I do is, if you'll just pay for the domain, I'll go through prices. If you just help cover the cost of the security certificate, you can also do them through NowSite. You can basically get domains through NowSite. How they do it for the security certificate is they basically charge you a $25 fee for the lifetime as long as you use that domain. And I'll show you let me go through. There it is. There it is. I'm sorry for this. I thought I had it set up. Where are you at?
Just scan that and tell you about the NowSite.
And I think while you're going through this, Greg, I'd like to illustrate the point that for the members that are watching, the reason that he's probably got so many landing pages is because he's targeting very specific prospects. Rather than just having a website that kind of is a catch-all for all the things that you do. These are very, very specific, which is really what you want to be doing.
Yes. So here's the thing. So each website, you're limited to 10 SEO keywords or phrases. So, but here's the cool thing. So in one click, you can duplicate any of these websites. And what that'll allow you to do is, let's say you want to target different states, you want to target different cities, you want to target different industries for the same thing. Basically, you just duplicate that website, and then you can change the images or whatever to target that specific industry, that specific city, but you can also change your SEO keywords. And basically that allows you to target a whole lot of things with the same information. But what's cool is, so for every website you build, anybody that comes through that website goes into a special contact list just for that website. So let's say you want to target realtors with one, and you want to target insurance agents with another, you want to target nonprofits for another. You basically can build an email campaign for each of those websites that is specific to that industry as well. And so I'm going to, okay, so I'm going to, I'm basically going to go in, I'm going to go into, so basically this is my Prism Enterprises website. So one of the things that what I talk about is, even though I'm going to represent other companies, I always put my brand first because I want to brand me. I want to help build the companies, but I want to brand me because companies change, compensation plans change, products and service change. There's so many things that change in our world. The only thing I have control of is me and my business. So basically on this website, it's very simple. So let me talk about the background. So on this one, I have my logo, it's transparent, and I have basically a video running in the background, and so when you run videos in the background, they're silent, they automatically play, but they do not cause sound to distract other than keeping them engaged. I recommend putting videos on your websites because when you're using SEO, just to kind of explain how Google ranks websites, first, you have to have at least 100 visitors on your website for the last 30 days for Google to even send somebody to your website. The other thing is, when they go to your website, if they don't stay on your website for at least 30 seconds to a minute and 30 seconds, it doesn't build any credibility for your website. And if they leave very quickly, it basically tells Google that the SEO words that they thought, were validated with your website that aren't validated. So I recommend using a short video. It's like for Nowsite, I'm using their video. You can create your own videos. I don't know Solaris policies on their videos when you're doing the Solaris stuff. But if you do your own videos, just do it, at least 30 seconds to keep them engaged. And I can tell you from working with a insurance agent that targeted seniors, I helped him build a landing page, and he did a personal video. And when he did that, and the elderly people would go to his website, it basically just gave them a very sincere presence that he had. He wanted to target people in his own county. He just wanted to work local. He didn't want to travel. And all he was focused on was helping seniors, and it helped him generate leads. So on here, I have learned more. So you can create buttons. This one goes to my Nowsite affiliate page. I'm just going to open it up in another tab, just so you can kind of, it's not going to let me do it. Okay. I have to actually do it. So this is my Nowsite, my official Nowsite affiliate page. It has some of the same information. It provides, and this is pretty much kind of like how your replicated websites are. They're company approved, they're official, it's their information, not yours. But again, even my replicated Nowsite website, Google will never send traffic to this website unless I generate it. So one of the things y'all may not realize that Nowsite does is, if y'all ever have somebody that is interested in Nowsite, you can have every person in Nowsite has a affiliate link that they can use if they want to or not. You can actually do this. They offer a 24/7 live demo of either the Nowsite marketing and/or lead generation software. And you can basically give people the link. They can go to it 24/7. There's no appointment needed. And if they want to sign up, basically they just need to know your name, and NowSite will sign them up under you. I also do Thrive, which is, it's a more high-end software that I can tell you I really focus on NowSite. But here's something else I just wanted to show you. So NowSite will integrate with platforms kind of the same way that with script coding, just like WordPress does. The problem is NowSite is a lot more secure. So I have my Calendly link here. People can schedule appointments. I have a contact me button that will take them to my contact page. This is basically, I kind of talk about me. I have my digital business card contacts here. If they want to contact me that way. But again, really, when you're thinking of this, the more sincere you are, the more it reflects, your landing page reflects you and your personality and your convictions. I think the better you do trying to approach people with your websites. And the same thing in the emails. I'm not gonna, there's a lot of people I'm not gonna hit it off with, and I realize that, and I accept that. So I focus on the ones that I can connect with, because that's where my success is. And let's see, I wanted to show. And so again, so when I got to my page, I put in my domain, and it basically just forwarded me to the right NowSite website. If I can find it, I will actually go into it, but I still don't know where I put it. It's must be back earlier. I wanted to. So here is, I'm going to use this one. This is, so my brother is in the Elks Lodge in Irving, Texas, and he'd reached out to me. He's like, hey, could you help us with our website? I basically got them in. I built this website in my system, and then I dropped it into theirs, and just, but I built it in mine first to make sure that everything was the way they wanted it before I dropped it into their system. Here's the cool thing. Anything I build in NowSite, I can share with anybody else in NowSite. All I have to know is their email address that they used to log into NowSite, and I can drop anything I have in my system with anybody. So anything I have, I'll kind of go that more with you. But basically how this works, this is actually the one in my system. This isn't their live one. So I'm going to go in here. One of the things I did differently is normally the menu is up at the top. I basically created one myself, and basically all I did is, this is basically a text box, and each one of these is a different link that they click on. It took me quite a bit of time to do this, but it made it look more professional in what they wanted. And basically I basically taught them how to do all the updating themselves. And I can tell you, in 2 or 3 times talked to them, they've now update their website, and they do it all by themselves. But just to go in how this is built, basically I can come in here, I can add a content section, basically. So everything you do is going to it's going to start with a section. And then within that section, you can do basically you can do a digital business card, you can do a contact form, you can do a headline. So this is basically a headline. This is an image. I did a logo. Basically, again, this is used as a menu, but it's basically a text box that I did. So again, thinking outside the box, this software kind of really has kind of limitless possibilities to what you want to do with it. Some of these are images, some of them are text boxes. You can add videos. Let me go through and I'll show. Let's see, over here. I'm going to go to my videos, Vimeo channel. One of the other things I will show y'all is I will show you how to access NowSight's Vimeo and also their YouTube channel. So I'm graciously going to, this is one I did from my wife's business. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to put this other link in here. Oh, whoops, I didn't do it. Okay, let's get to. But basically, this is how easy it is to add a video with just using a link. If you have one, you can also embed it. So if you do Rumble, you do any of these other video platforms, you can't use the link like they have set up for NowSight and YouTube, but I can help you, teach you how to embed them if you ever need to. It is a little more complicated. Again, here's an image. Let me go through. As you're building this, I recommend saving it on each thing you do. So that way, if you ever have an error or it doesn't like something or you forget to do something, it saves for you. They've basically created a lot of tools to help with this. I'm going to change the image. So I'm going to basically show you an image search. I have all of my images, so all the websites I have, here's my images. I have my own library. I'm going to put this as an image. So this is how easy, everything is drag and drop. It doesn't take, you don't have to have my programming skills to do this stuff. You can add maps, this is basically headings and subheadings. This is a heading and subheading. This is an image. These are buttons. You can change the colors of the background. Every section you can, so this one's, I did this one as an image, okay. So I can come in here, I can tell it if I want it to do full width or if I want to do it smaller. If I wanted to make it smaller, I can come in here and I'm going to add 100. Let's not do 1,000. Let's do 100 on that side, 100 on the left side. And it basically will help shrink it down. I can also set up a section to also have, so if I wanted this to be a narrow section, I can make this whole thing narrow to work with basically the size of this box. I can make everything this width. If you do it this width, it will work for both desktop and mobile. Basically, when I build the websites, I build the desktop version first, and then I come in and I build the mobile version after that and adjust it to do everything that I've done. But sometimes it'll change the way it formats it, so you may need to move sections. But here's the cool thing is I basically can take this, drag it up to wherever I want it to be. And now that's what is, and then by having a separate mobile version, I don't have to worry about how it affects the other version. So this one, okay, so this one I did it all. So this one actually did, and on their one and their site, I actually have it 2 different versions. This one I just did it in the main version. But just to kind of show you, there's nothing in here that you need to be scared of. Let me show you. I'm going to get out of this one. I want to show you another one. Let's see. So this one. So what I want to do is kind of show you landing pages and how to use them. As you can tell, these are just my now site ones. So I've designed some for Alignable. I've designed some for network marketing groups. And so one of the other things, so if you're in a network marketing or a networking group, a chamber of commerce, I would recommend creating a contact form, basically a digital business card with a contact form. And I don't even use business cards. I basically hand them my phone and say, hey, if you'll just put your contact information here, I'll add you to my contact list. And then I ask them, hey, would you like me to send you some marketing tips to help you with marketing your business? I can tell you every one of them usually says yes. So it's a great way to be able to add them to your email list. And then that, again, you're staying top of mind with them, but also it can help you network. And where is my... Okay, I'm just going to do it with my links. So basically, I'm going to show you one of my landing pages for Now Site, and this is for customers. Basically, this is the first page of it. Here's something else. So again, one of the other things with Google is your website. They want the website to be helpful, not just a sales website. They also like to see the content added kind of regularly. So this is why I recommend using your blog. It gives you a library of, you can see this, basically these are all posts I did. And I'll walk through here in a little bit and I'll show you, you can do these posts in, a minute or less, and I'll show you that too. But so I'm basically going to show you, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do and so here's the thing, that's not really a valid email address, but it will go into the system. So basically, once I capture their information, now it takes them to the other information, to the second page. And this is basically the same thing that you will want to do with landing pages to send them to each of the services in Silveris. It doesn't have to be like this. You can design it however you want to, but basically it needs to be something that entices them to do it. Sometimes I've added a free marketing guide or something that if they give me their information, I give them access to a free marketing guide. Whatever you want to do, just make it enticing for them to give you their information. Let's see. So let me do this one. So basically, this is a duplicated website of mine. Okay, so here. So I'm going to show you how these buttons work. So basically, I put in what I want it to say on the button. I can come in here and I can change it to whatever. If I want it to redirect to another website, which is usually what I use. If I want them to call me, this works only with mobile versions. I don't like to give them my email directly because you get a lot of spam. The other way I use it is I will upload documents that they can have access to. And then sometimes I'll just have it go to if I put in my affiliate link, it'll automatically take them to my official Now Site affiliate page. So again, this is just another way of using it and how to use it. Again, you can change the backgrounds. This could be a solid color. So this one has a black background color. I try to, you can, if you have a color palette that is used for your business, you can match these colors to where it basically all of your websites with your logo, everything's the same color. I've done some that match my Prism Enterprises. If I'm doing stuff for Thrive, I do the orange to match their colors. So however you want to do it, I mean, you basically can use however you want to do it. You can do, this one's a video down here. So in here, I have another background video playing that just plays silently. Again, I love videos, but I can tell you videos will help you engage them a lot more than reading, because most people are lazy, unfortunately, and they don't really want to read. They don't have a lot of time. So the faster way, I think, if you can give them information by video, but still also have in text, that's your best content. That's your best way to be successful with these websites. Get out of there. So let's, I want to go over like the SEO. So go back to first page. So in here, so basically in your keywords here. So I use keyword phrases. Back when I was doing this, I actually had an awesome SEO software that cost me about $300 a month. It was great, but then they sold to GoDaddy. So now I've adapted to use the AI, and I can tell you the AI from NowSite is a whole lot cheaper than using any of these other software, and it uses the same data. But these are the keywords I have for this website. I'm going to get out of here, cancel. And basically, this one was a different version of that same website. There's, this is another one of the landing pages. Go back to, here is, this one was another version of that website that I did different videos. I used different information on it. This one I haven't updated in a long time. This was built for just a promotion. But this again, the more landing pages you have and the more SEO keywords you have, even if they're kind of doing the same thing, you can change the SEO, and I would change the image, change a little bit of the wording just so it's not totally identical. Because again, if Google says, hey, this is the same thing, they're going to go with whatever website was the first one is the one that gets the traffic. Let's see. So let me go to, so I'm going to show you basically one of my friends that's he's a home improvement, specializes in roofing, and I had built his WordPress website several years ago. Gosh, I guess it's been 5 or 6 years ago now. And he, I guess last year, asked me if I could build him a landing page to help him promote kitchen and bath remodeling. So I set this up for him. Basically, all these buttons, learn more, everything. If he fills out this contact form, it basically sends all their information to him, and all the links take them to his main WordPress website. So this is his WordPress website. So again, just another way you can use this, just kind of thinking outside the box. I'm going to go to. Okay, so this one is probably going to be a little, I'm going to show you this link. So I'm only signed up in Silveris for the free version. But so I created this, I just picked capital funding. I said, okay, this is the first thing that service that it offers. And I basically created this. I actually have an investment company that's called JFP, which stands for Joint Family Partnership, that me and my best friend from church created with our goal to basically fund our kids' college and fund our retirements. But when I do this, it basically, when they click on learn more, it basically directs them to the capital funding page that is my link. So this is basically kind of how I'm recommending you do to go to each one of your solution pages. If they're open to it, I don't even mind helping y'all create one for all the different things. But again, each person will want to change it, put their own logo, put their own links and stuff to it. But basically, all I do is I copy this link at the top. And then in my kind of just how I did the videos on the buttons, I basically paste this link into that button and tell it where to redirect to, and then it automatically redirects anything from the landing page to this website. It's just to put it in simple terms. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. And let's see. So, and basically I built this website from scratch in about 20 minutes. So used images. This one's got a background image, the blue part back behind it. These are all headings. Another image. It had I didn't really change a whole lot here. You can add, so here's the other thing you can do is you can add the office information, contact information, social media things. So on your personal websites, I would put, if you have a Facebook account, I would use that. Anything you can do to help promote your business. I look at you as you're basically all the CEO of your own business. So if you don't do it, nobody else is probably going to be able to help you. So this is why I try to teach people. When I do this, I try to teach people to fish instead of fishing for them. Just because my time's limited. But again, I will help y'all with stuff. At the end of this, I'll give you my phone number. I'll give you my email address. So if y'all have problems, you can also personally contact me. But let's go into, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. So now I want to kind of go into email campaigns. Does anybody have any questions on websites that I haven't covered? And then let me go to here.
My mind's exploding. My mind's exploding, Greg.
Okay.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Okay. So I'm going to just keep this one simple on the email campaigns. Again, basically you can connect, every website you create will automatically create a contact list for you, and it will create a newsletter that is basically a single email campaign that will post. And I'll kind of walk through 3-click marketing in a second to show you how easy it is to post. But here is, you can create, so this one has 11 emails in it. This one has 12. I'm just going to open one just to kind of show you. So usually my first one, I have it go out immediately, and I'm usually thanking them for basically reaching out. But you can put images, you can put scripting in here, you can attach videos. You can put as much or as little and make these as simple or as complicated as you want to make. And I'm going to show you, I'm just going to get out of here.
Greg, while you're switching screens, because a lot of people are asking, for the sake of your time, and instead of having 100 people contacting you and you having to do that, what I'd like to do is just have you come into our pro membership mastermind, because that's what we're working on, is using these technologies. And maybe at that point, you can just walk a whole group of us through, and we'll build a landing page. Right now, we're working on, like you are, Bank Breezy, and promoting that solution. So I think we just have you come in, and we all log into our own versions of NowSite and do it with you.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. And so, and just like here's, so one of the other things, and I think I gave you the websites too of that I created. So one of them has, I think 8 or 9 free marketing guides that I recommend using. The other one is for resources. Let me go through and I'll just pull them up real quick to show you. And this is my problem with being techie. I try not to overwhelm people, but so let me do. There it is. So this website is basically freemarketingguide.now.site. And you can click on each of these buttons and download different marketing guides. Most of these are from Cheryl Coco, who's the VP of NowSite. She's, I can't remember the company that she represents, but she's one of the top 10 income earners in her network marketing company. I know it's a skincare product business, but she really knows what she's doing. There are a lot of, in addition to that, the other thing I want to show you for your own resources is in the back. So if you ever have questions, you can message support. You can basically click this button and send them a message. It doesn't matter what department. You can basically send them a message and they'll respond to you. Matter of fact, here's one I did earlier today. I mean, but here, what I want to show you is some really good resources for you. If you click on that, NowSite does training every week. And so this is basically showing you how to access the calendar. So each day you can kind of see what they have going on. Melvin is an awesome trainer. He is a sales and funnel, and he's also a YouTube guru. So he's one of the top 10 earners in NowSite. So he's one I highly recommend. Sarita Mays is another one. She's a network marketer, but she's also another NowSite guru that does training. They're going to be launching their anniversary event on April 4th. They're going to probably be doing some different things. If you're interested in ever becoming an affiliate, they provide affiliate training. The Now Club, I'm in that club, and I'm also on their advisory council. So it's a lot of higher end training, very much like what y'all do for your own teams. But this is what NowSite offers. The other cool thing is these quick start videos will teach you. These are probably the easiest ones to teach you the different areas in your website as well. If you need support, this is their email address. Here's links to their YouTube and also their Vimeo account. And again, there's their support. You can also access their Vimeo channel and their Facebook page down here in the bottom. This is in every one of your back offices. And okay, well, I will go ahead and we can wrap that up. Let's see. I'll put. So, okay. So I will go ahead and I'll wrap that up. I think we're done. And let me.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to know more about NowSite, scan that QR code. I'm going to end this video here because there's going to be a bunch of Q&As, and want you to be able to get along with your day. Happy Saturday, and we will talk to you soon. Reach out to me at 661-621-5340 as well. Or you can go to, scroll down to the bottom here. These are our network event schedules. Reach out to me. You can go to samsilversolutions.com, samsilversolutions.com, and we're talking about making residual income. And by sharing what our opportunity is all about, we have solutions. You name those solutions, we probably have it covered. If we don't, we will find it. So bye for now. Make sure you scan this before you leave to know more about NowSite, and we will talk to you soon. Make it a great day. Bye for now.
Could be an individual email that I could put in a campaign. Wow. So this is, so I'm, just again, whatever you think you can do with AI, this thing, if you want it to write a headline. So here's the next thing I said, what are the top 20 things to consider when building a great website? Here they are. Here's a list. What is the most effective ways to build your brand ranked by level of importance? And this goes through all the top 10, and it ranks them by how importance and relevant it is to your success. But so here's the top 2 is establish your brand identity and your core values that differentiate you from competitors. The second one is developing a strong digital presence, utilizing various digital platforms, social media, email, and other channels, which basically is what NowSite will help you. So here again, so what I'm trying to teach you and what I will help y'all with is teach y'all how to use this platform, because I think it can help each of y'all grow tremendously in Silveris.
That's awesome. Yeah. If you can stop sharing your screen when you're done, Greg.
Sorry. Okay, there we go.
Oh, no worries. Just a couple things. Oh, there we go. And hopefully everybody can hear me and I didn't get cut out. But a couple things that I wanted to kind of add to is I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this, and you had mentioned the affiliate and so forth, that NowSite has an affiliate, as most software programs do as well. And it may be tempting to go, I'm going to join the affiliate program, which is fine if you have nothing else available. But I would take a look at the bigger picture.
Yes.
Silveris has the affiliate program built in. Use this as a tool to start generating more, or to build your team with Silveris. Would you agree with that strategy, Greg?
Yes, I would, especially after seeing what y'all's pricing is.
Yeah.
Y'all have much better pricing than what I do.
Yeah, and likewise, you would be doing your customer a disservice, because the version of NowSite that we have, for $79, you get 100 leads per month, right? And you would have to get a different version of NowSite, a more expensive one, in order to do that. So, and then you already have the built-in affiliate program right there.
Yes.
And then the other thing I wanted to mention was Greg is very gracious with his time and volunteering, but I know he is going to get inundated with calls and texts and emails and all of that. So what I would like to do, Greg, is just kind of consolidate your effort into our SR Pro Mastermind.
Okay.
Our Pro membership is only $79, so they get the NowSite Go High Level and Meeting plus the weekly Mastermind. And I I think we have Greg come in and we just all together build out some of these landing pages and work on our campaigns for each of the solutions. So I would encourage everybody, if you're not a pro member, I mean, just the version of NowSite alone is great. We have a CRM, and I'm sure, Greg is really good at using just NowSite. However, we may have more automations within our other software program. But what's really cool is all those forms that he was building into his landing page. One that I noticed was you use Calendly. Well, our CRM has a calendar, and whenever anybody schedules on that calendar, it automatically puts them as a contact in your database. So we'll work with Greg on strategies to integrate both of those so we can really maximize the automations that we can use. Did you want to add to that, Greg?
No, I mean, yeah, I'll help y'all any way I can. I mean, that's my prayer is to help y'all. That's really why I'm here. I know, and as the affiliate thing, I do very well, but I also learned how y'all get paid, and I would stick with what y'all are doing. One of the things that I have that y'all don't have is I basically can have the NowSite nerds build any marketing services I want to unlimited. So if there's anything y'all need, I can also help. So here's the cool thing. I can have them build it in my system. I can easily drop it in y'all's too. So that's a whole nother way I can do this.
Yeah, that is awesome. So yeah, we want to take care of Greg and not abuse his time. So I'll get with you, Greg, outside of this, and we'll set up probably not this Monday, but the following Monday. Okay. I think would be a good time to do that. So I think this is a good time to open it up for a couple questions. I know we're at an hour and 23 minutes. But if somebody has some burning questions, let's open it up. Well, raise your virtual hand or your actual hand. Go ahead, Bo.
I would say this was insane. This is by far the best program I've ever seen on NowSite. And thank you very much. And I hope you'll join us on the Monday program, like
I sure will.
Program that Steve's talking about. It was awesome, and thank you so much.
Yeah, and a huge shout out to Dr. Lumstein for bringing us all together. This was Dr. Lumstein is constantly kind of introducing me to people and different solutions and so forth, and that is so valuable. What's really nice is when it comes from Dr. Lumstein, I know it's already kind of been vetted because he understands what we're doing and he's not just, wasting our time. And with Greg, he said, hey, Greg's a great guy. He really knows what he's doing. And of course, I'm like, all right, I probably need to meet him first before we bring him here. And it took but just a couple minutes to realize, it's well worth having him on board. So I really appreciate it, Greg.
If it can help me, I believe it can help everybody because I was at a loss until I got in touch with Greg.
Yeah. Do we have any other questions? Do we see any other hands up, Bo? This is being recorded. We'll put it up in your back office so you'll have access to it. We'll probably put it in your solution resources page, which for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about there, every landing page that we're building right now, whenever you're logged into your landing page or your software, it'll have another box at the bottom of that page, and it says representative resources. And the first link is called solution resources. So you just have to click that. It'll open a page, and that's where we're putting different assets. So, for instance, if you go to the final expense page and you click solution resources, there's a whole bunch of social media posts already done for you. So if you want to promote that program, you can just go steal those posts and put them on your own site.
One thing you might do, Steve, is kind of tell everybody how easy it is to upgrade to the pro program because, like you said, not only are they going to get NowSite, they're going to get Go High Level, they're going to get Meetin, they're going to get discounts off of normal solutions we have. For instance, like the popular Next Gen REI is $399 if you're a member. It's $349 if you're a pro member.
Yeah. If you're worried about the cost of being a pro, from $29 to $79, it's $50 difference, right? Yeah. Interestingly enough, if you're a pro member and you recruit another pro member, you get $100 instead of $50. So all you do is just add one person to your team, and it's paid for. not to mention you're building the team. To Bo's point, if you want to upgrade to Pro, just log into your back office, the dashboard, and you'll see a banner towards the left side that says representative, right? That's your status. If you were a Pro rep, it would be a red banner that says Pro rep. But right below that banner, it just says you're eligible to upgrade to a Pro membership. Learn more, or more info, I think it might say. Click that one, and that'll take you right to the sign up page. You don't have to pay the $189 again. And I don't believe it does prorate the cost. So if you just subscribe, or if you just upgraded or something, it will go ahead and prorate that for you.
Fantastic.
Yep. Any other questions? I think you did a great job, Greg. If there's no questions, okay. I'm sure everybody thoroughly understands what you did. There's something about tech people that we like to scroll a lot, right? And so my brain is going up and down still. All right, guys. Hey, thank you. Did I hear somebody ask a question?
No, I was just gonna say, well, if it made Sam's head spin, which I know Sam's like you, can you imagine what my head's doing right now? I'm sure Deborah's the same way.
Yeah. It's these are simple strategies, and they're very effective strategies. If you look, Greg didn't have to go hire somebody to build him some expensive landing page. He just knows what items need to be on there to do the job that he needs it to do. So he's really streamlined that, and this is what we need to do for every one of our solutions and for our opportunity, because that is a solution as well. So with that, I don't see any other hands up. Again, this will be recorded. It'll be in the back office, so you can slow it down or speed it up if you need to, jump to different sections. Greg, thank you again so much for your time. It's very much appreciated. You are exactly what this group epitomizes, right? The character, your goals, your intentions are exactly what we love to see. So I'm really looking forward to working with you for a long time.
Okay, thank you.
All right. With that said, I'll let everybody go. Remember, Sunday, I believe we'll have an email going out with the weekly schedule of events that are going on. Monday, we do have the mastermind session. I believe Thursday is the real estate nonprofit partnership program. And so they'll have that going. Other than that, just go ahead and look at the calendar in your back office. So with that, I will. Tuesday will be the opportunity presentation. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So with that, I'm going to say thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a productive weekend with either work or your family, whichever works for you. And we'll see you all later. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And time on Monday morning?
Monday morning, 9 o'clock Pacific, noon Eastern.
That makes it 9, 10 o'clock. Thank you.
All right. We're back. We're live. I'm sure your head is spinning by now. That was a lot of information at one shot. Let me see if there's anybody in private chat. Nope. Anybody in comments? Nope. So we're just going to end this off. If you have any questions, scan that little code in the corner and give me a second. I'm going to actually change that. If you're interested in hearing about our real estate investment solutions, scan that one. If you're interested in knowing about NowSite, scan that one. I wish there was a place I could put all of my things up on top, so that way people could see all the different options that we have. If you're looking for information about our health plan, our health perks, scan that one. Let's see, what other things do I have to scan? If you want to get a hold of me on my digital business card, scan that one. And let's see if I got any more scanning. Scanning, this is my other digital, this is my Linktree scan. If you want to know more about AI, and I think I'm going to fix that today. I think I'm going to put my Now site on there as well, so you can go there and scan that one. Actually, I think I have my Silveris on there already. Yes, I do. I do have my Silveris, and I'm going to add my Now site onto that page as well. So you can go to this one, just scan this one, and make it a fantastic weekend. And we will talk to you soon. Make it a great day. You can call me. I don't have my number down at the bottom. Oh, that's my bag. Let me go down to, let me change the banner real quick, so that way you will see that. Oh, that's kind of surprising. I didn't put a number in there. So let me go down to that banner, and we'll stop it for a second. We'll edit it. 661. I'm still on, honey. EAL. And let's see. 7325. That. And then it looks like we can save and scroll. Okay. There's the information about our residual from Silveris Business. Shows you the dates that we have our Zoom meetings. You have to reach out to me to do Zoom meetings because we had some issues with hackers in the past. So reach out to me at this number, or you can visit samsilversolutions.com. And that's it. Make it a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.